Good afternoon. Welcome to my FlossTube Stitchy time with Tish. My name's Alicia, but most of the time I go by Tish. A little bit about me. This is my first FlossTube. I'm 46. I've been cross-stitching for over 30 years. Started when I was 13. I'm married and have a 10-year-old son. I also have health issues. I suffer with fibromyalgia and chronic migraines, and also I have an anomaly on my brain, so sometimes I might have difficulty getting some of my words out. Right on, so today this is a channel about cross-stitch. I've got 3 finishes, 2 starts, one of which was a restart, and then my normal whips. Oh, sorry, I forgot to tell, today is Tuesday, 18th of March 2025. So first up, I'll show you my finishes. My first finish is called I'll Always Love You by Elizabeth Spurlock. It's from the Just CrossStitch magazine, and I started this on, I will put a picture in of what it looks like. I started on the 7th of February and finished it the 9th of March, I think it was. So here it is. That's what it looks like. I'm so sorry. I also, just the record, I am in a few cross-stitch challenge groups. I'm in the monthly challenge group, monthly magazine challenge group run by Sea Sook Stitches and Bird Eye Stitches, Caroline and Robin. I'm also in the Daily 30 journal, where I do a monthly event there, and I'm also in Webb Warriors, and so there's quite a lot of events going on in that group. So in the Whip Warriors, I did 2 events called Beat the Modem and Project Focus, and this is what I used in that event to get it completed. So that's that. My other 2 finishes are it's called Birthday Card Collection. I think it's by Rhona Norrie. If not, I'll put the name down of who designed it. I made these cards for my niece's birthdays at the end of the month. And the first one, and again I used these in the Project Focus and Beat the Modem, and also I used it in the word game in the same Whip Warrior event group, and the word game was Boggle, where you have to find so many words and then stitch 100 stitches for each word. I didn't complete it because I ran out of time, and plus I was very sick for the first 2 days of the event. I had a cluster migraine attack, and on Tuesday last week, and I was in bed all day up until Thursday morning. So the first one is birthday greetings, and I started this one on the 2nd of March, and then I finished it on the 9th of March. So that's that one. All my projects I stitch on Ada. I'm an Ada user. I can't work on even weave. I've tried. I get confused with the 9 holes, and it confuses the hell out of me. So I stick to Ada, and I'm more comfortable with it. I can stitch on 14. Most of the time I stitch on 14, but then there'll occasionally be a 16 count and maybe an 18. But most of the time I stitch on 14 count. And this is the second one. They're both at the same collection, and this one's Happy Birthday. And I started this on the 19th. Not 19th of March. I'm not even there yet. The 9th of March, and I finished this on Friday, the 14th. And that's that one. So they're my finishes. Right, I have 2 starts. My next one. So my first start, it's in the collection I've called Birthday Bands, and this was in all the cards I've shown are from the CrossStitch Favourites magazine. I can't remember what issue, but this one was a Birthday Bands collection. I can't remember who the designer is, but in the Daily 30 they had an event called Pie Day for Friday the 14th, and you had to stitch on a project with no more than 314 stitches, and then you had to link it to pie. So I did birthday bands, and here they had cherries, so I thought cherry pie, and that's my start so far. That's that one. And then my second start is it's a restart, and it's Blackwork Sale 2024 by Peppermint Purple. Sorry. This is what it's going to look like. Which one I'm doing, but this is what it's going to look like, and I think I'm doing this one, this colourway. I can't remember, but this is the way it will look like. Now this is my 3rd time restarting it because I struggled with the layout on the original one. This sale was it had 2 or 3 different layouts, and I struggled with the layout 3 times. I'll put pictures in to show you what my 2 attempts that I tried, and I struggled so much. I couldn't get it all to line up, and I just didn't like it. So I decided, and they were both on plain Ada. I think it was like a light blue and a white, but I didn't have it gridded, and I really struggled. So I decided to restart again, and I'm using 14 count Ada. It's called Easy Guide, as it's got a grid on it, and I decided to do the outer border first and then work with my inner border, and that is what I've got so far. I do like that border. And I've been using these, the Blackwork sales from Peppermint Purple in the Strident sale in the Whip Warriors group, where you can concentrate on any of your sales that you've got going on each month. And it's also my focused yearly designer in Daily Journal 30. Anyway, moving on. To my whips. My first whip I'm going to show you is Under the Sea by Lakeside Needlecraft. It was designed by Durene Jones. I also used this in the categories event for 3 prompts. I used it for, in this categories you get 12 categories, and then you get 2 letters a month, and you have to match the prompts with those letters. So I worked on Under the Sea for the first prompt, animal or plant, so I went with shark because there's a shark in the design. I used it in near or in water, as the design is for the bottom of the ocean, of the sea, hence the name. I also used it in related to humans and culture, so I could do anything that's professions, jobs, tasks, emotions, activities, body parts, garments, literature, etc, etc. So, I'm now realising it, there was a scuba diver in this one, and I struggled trying to find any of my whips to match up to the items, or the prompts, sorry. So I did. So I used it Under the Sea because it's got a scuba diver in the bottom right hand corner, I think. I will put a picture in. So this is where I have, oh, I've got it upside down. And this is what I've got so far. Can you see that? And I worked, last time I was working on this, I was working on the bottom there. But this time I decided to concentrate in this middle bit here, on these 2 jellyfish. And as you can see, there's a shark in there already that I've done. So yeah, I used it for that, for jelly, and just worked on the jellyfish. So that's that one done. Right, just one sec, I've just got to go and grab my other whip because it's on a frame. Right, I'm back, sorry. My next whip that I worked on, and this was for the theme in the monthly magazine challenge, and the theme is crystal. and the acrostic is Sparkle. So I've worked on Mindfulness Mandala by Amanda Butler, and it's in the CrossStitcher magazine, issues from January 2024 to August, I think. I think there's 9 parts. Yeah, and I started this because last year I suffered with my mental health so badly and I needed to pick me up, and this project I felt was great for that. So I've been working on that. Originally I started it in May for mental health awareness, and I started it originally and I was doing the top left hand corner, but I started it wrong on my fabric. Realised that I'd started in the wrong place, so I had to rip it all out and start again. So I decided to go for the middle so that it was central, and then I could work from there. And this is what I've got so far. So far I had all of these, they look like flames, petals. I don't know how to describe it, but that's what it looks like to me. But I've got it upside down. Apologies. But as you can see, I finished off the blue and pink bits around the red, and then I carried on over here with the rest of this, and that's what I did. I used this in the word game because I found 35 words, believe it or not, but I didn't. I had, I think it was about 10 words left to stitch, but I ran out of time. And I used it for the theme in the monthly magazine challenge for Crystal, because this has tons of beads in it. Yeah, so that's what I did. Right, the next one I did, my next whip is called the James Webb Hubble Space Telescope, I think. I'll put a picture in of what it looks like, and I will do that. And again, I used this in the word game. Got quite a lot of progress done on it. I started it last May, and there was already 5 parts out when I first saw it. It's finished now. It finished in January this year, I think. It's by Climbing Goat Designs, and this is what I've done so far. I've still got the back stitch to put in yet. I will go back and finish the back stitch. These two didn't have back stitch, but this one does. But that's what I've done so far. It looks really, really good. I used this in the acoustic Sparkle letter S for space, and I used it in the categories for colour. And I've used this since January, because this has like, I think, over 80 colours, has quite a lot of colours, and I swear it's every colour of the rainbow. But I went with the first letter S in the legend, and it was in the Foss list, and Storm Blue was the first one for letter S, and that's what I went with. do you believe that's all my whips? I only had 3, and as I said, 3 of them were finished. Right, now that's all my whips done. I don't have any purchases. I'm trying to work from my stash. So I have none. In plans, Seesaw Stitches talking about doing 50 finishes by the time she's 50, sorry. And I love that idea, but I took it one step further, because I always finish on an average between 46 and 50 finishes in a year, and I couldn't see me doing that, because I thought I'll have it all finished by the time I'm 50. So I decided to do 150 finishes by the time I'm 50. I was 46 in January, so it should give me 4 years to complete 50 whips. 150 whips. And so far I've finished 10. I do really need a hashtag for it, but I don't know. So I did that. I don't know if you heard, but in the monthly challenge magazine, Seesaw Stitches and Bird Eye Stitches have come up with a new bingo board for April. It starts on the 1st of April, and it's called Springo. But this one is very, very different. I will put a picture in of my board. You pick minimum 7 whips. No, sorry, the maximum is 7 whips and the minimum is 5. You need to have at least 5 projects. There will be 35 squares, but they will be calling 25 numbers. So you number your board from 1 to 35, and however you do it. And then you allocate the whips to that number, and so you can work on it for that day and so on. It's like the Bringo, if you've heard of the Bringo, where they call 25 numbers, and then you have 5 days left in, the rest of January to complete the board, to finish what you've missed. But not all 35 numbers are going to be called. They're only doing 25 numbers, and then you have the rest of April to complete, to get all your calls done. So I picked 7 projects to work on for Springo. So give me a sec. So you match your whips to the letters Springo. So for S, again, I will put in pictures of the covers, because most of the time I do PDF digital charts. It's very rare that I have I use a paper copy, because my eyes are bad, and so I struggle working on the paper charts. So I don't have as many covers. So for the letter S, it is Halloween Storybook 2021 by Stitch Normally. She has a website called The Pattern Club, and I signed up as a member, as a VIP member, and I get tons of free charts. She does at least 3 free sales. And I believe she's been doing it since 2016 or 17. I can't remember off the top of my head, but I will put links in for the Facebook groups, apart from Whip Warriors, because they're not taking anybody on until November, so I can't give you the link to that. It's a closed group. You have to wait to be invited. But I'll give you the link. Facebook's to monthly challenge, monthly magazine challenge, daily 30, and the Stitch Normally Facebook group as well as their website. And then also I'll put Caroline and Robin's FlossTube's names down below as well. So this is what I'm going to be working on for the letter S, as I said, Halloween Storybook 2021. And this is what I have so far. I've only done a bit of the frame, so I need to get the frame done so I can work on the little squares. But that's what I've done. So that was what we're starting off with. I haven't touched it in a few years. I think I started it in 2022 and haven't touched it since, as you can see. Right, so my next one I'm doing for P, for the letter P, I'm going with Pandemic by Long Dog Samplers. This is my largest project. The largest project that I'm ever doing, and it's my only one. The maximum charts that I have are just like 4 pages, maybe 6, but this is like 30 pages, and yeah, but I like the pattern, so I've put up with it, and plus I've got it in Pattern Keeper so I can track my progress. I started it last year for leap year 24, and this is what I've got. So again, I'm doing it on Ada, believe it or not, but this is what I've got so far. This is the start. This is also, I'm going to be working on this in P in Sparkle for this month, so it will I've not started working on it yet, so the next time you'll see it I'll have done extra. So that's that one. I'm using variegated thread from DMC, colour 4250. I love the colour. I just didn't want to do it in black, so I went with a variegated thread. Right, so for the letter R, I went with All Year Round Sal. Again, that's in the CrossStitcher magazine, and that's starting from it's still ongoing, but it started in September 20. It was in the issue September 2024, and I absolutely love it. It goes in a circle, so it's something different. But I absolutely love it, and this is what I've done so far. I've done part 1 and part 2. It's taken me a while. It's very slow going progress, and as you can see here, I've just started. Also, I'll do it with this hand. Part 3, and all I've done is a couple of leaves. That's as far as I've got, but I want to get it done. I absolutely love it. It's all the themes of the year and the months. So this is September, that's October, and I'm starting November. Originally it had the months in the actual section, but I didn't like it, so I took them out and then filled in the gaps with whatever it was. So here I filled in the squirrel's tail, and over here I put in one of the, I think they're oats or wheat, I'm not sure, and then I'm putting the months down the bottom and the season. So that's that one, and that's what that's going to look like. That's my starting point. I'm sure, I think I might have this on the letter R in sparkly as well, so again, when you see it again, I'll have made progress on it. For the letter I used Let It Snow by Stitch Normally. Again, I love her charts. I absolutely do love them. And I'm doing this on Blue Razor, and this is what it would look like when it's done, and this is what I've got so far. I love the colours on this fabric, it pops really well. So that's that. That's going to be my starting point. For N, I'm going with Quaker Style Halloween Sampler. Now I can't remember who it's by. I'm just going to have a look, so give me a sec. By Nancy Whaler. I think I'm saying that right. It's in the Just Cross Stitch magazine, and it's the issue Halloween. I think it's 2016. Sorry, where's her name? Oh no, it's in the Halloween issue 2023. Sorry, apologies. And this, they had it on, the picture has it on fabric and done in black. I found it boring, so I changed the colour and the fabric, and I'm doing it in variegated shades of pink. Why not? But that's my starting point, and that's what I've done so far. The 4G, I'm using 4 Seasons by Goth In Design, and they are on Etsy. And my plan is that they have 4 separate charts. You'll see the picture of what they look like. You can do them separately, but I've decided I want to put them all in one piece. So starting with spring, summer, autumn, winter. And I started with autumn. Autumn is my favourite season. I love autumn. And then it's followed by Christmas. But it's all on 14 count Ada. And this is what I've done so far. I've just got the A to finish, And then all the motifs. All the motifs I think are Quaker. My first time doing a Quaker. No, second time I'm doing a Quaker, because the Halloween one is my first one. And I'm actually quite enjoying them. But that's what I've got so far. So that's that. So I can get some progress on that. And then last but not least, I'm doing Dinosaur Fun by Bothy Threads for the letter O, because there are 2 orange dinosaurs in the design and I really need to finish it. I started it in August 2022, I think. It's been a while, but I did it originally for my son's birthday. I never quite finished it. He's still waiting 3 years later, bless him. Right, so this is what the picture will look like. This is what it will look like when it's done. I finished this dinosaur, and I'm working on the grassy bit, and then I'm moving over, and this is where I'll start. So I've almost finished 2 pages, I think. I think I'm on the 3rd one where this dinosaur starts. So I think I've almost finished page 2. And then I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 dinosaurs left to complete. So I'm aiming to try and do 1 dinosaur a month. That's the aim. And this is where I'm at. Now I'm tempted to go back and do the back stitch, because I hate doing back stitch and I hate leaving it to the end. So I might go back and do all the back stitch on the first page, and then once I've done page 2 I can put all the rest of the back stitch in. And that's where I'm up to, and that's it. The rest of the plans, I'm continuing to do I've still got daily 30 to do. I've only done 2 prompts in that. I think I have. No, not yet. Right, so the monthly theme for daily 30 is crochet bag. And so far all I've completed is Owls Will Always Love You. That's as far as that's all I've done. Again, I've been so poorly that I'm now playing catch up. And then so for Sparkle, I've got Pandemic, which you've seen. I'm doing the Avengers for A, Medieval Fun for K, because it has a king and a knight, you know, take either one. I'm doing Live Love Life for the letter L, and then Enchanted Pumpkin for E. I'm also doing Enchanted Pumpkin in the crochet bag. I'm also doing Halloween Storybook as well for letter H. The All Year Round Sale for letter R. And the 4 Seasons for G. So I'm trying to double dip with all my whips across all my groups, so I'm not doing too many and stressing myself out. But that is all I've got. That's all I've done. That's it. Nothing else. Yeah, I think I've said it all. that's it then. I will put links to all the people I've mentioned and the designers and so forth. And that's it. Well, I'll see you now till next time. I'm planning on trying to film every 2 weeks depending on my health, but I'm hoping to be back in 2 weeks. You take care now, and I will see you soon. Bye.